One of the trickiest parts of running a business is for you to determine when to partner and when to hire. And whether you're just brand new in the space, you're already operating in the space, or you're not even in the multifamily space, I'm gonna walk you through 5 steps to help you understand partnership versus hiring. And if you stay to step 5, I'm gonna walk you through some hiring tips that have helped me hire, well, hundreds of people currently within the companies that I have, which is massive for you. As a reminder, my name is Tyler Devereaux. I'm the CEO and managing partner of MF Capital Partners. That's our investment company. We own a whole bunch of real estate, hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate, and then also the CEO of the Multifamily Mindset, which is our education company where we've trained thousands of students to go and buy apartment buildings, and those students have bought a whole bunch of apartment buildings. And today I'm going to show you a critical component of that, which is partnerships. Dive in. All right, so number 1, y'all, we have to understand the power of partnerships. I want you to write down in your notes right now. And by the way, please do not watch this passively. If you're on YouTube watching this, it's because you want to learn. So grab whatever your note-taking device is and take some notes. And the first thing I want you to write down is this: partnerships are powerful. Partnerships are powerful. Now, for you to understand, if you're going to scale in anything, whenever I see somebody that has this necklace or anything that says self-made, that's straight up horse shit. You're self-made, you haven't made too much. Anything and everything that you do that is great is going to require the collaboration of others. Partnerships are so powerful, y'all. So you need to understand the power of partnerships. Understand the power of partnerships. See, when you can understand that your strengths are other people's weaknesses, but your weaknesses, which I promise you have, are other people's strengths. You need to find those partners that have strengths that benefit your weaknesses. What you should not do is try to find partners that have the same strengths as you do. If you do that, you guys will not get very far, that is for sure. So step 1, just understand the power of partnerships. Now step 2, once you're past that, I want you to write this down as well. Partnerships are risky as fuck. Partnerships are risky, y'all. That's what I want you to write down. Partnerships are risky. What I mean by that: the right partnership, beautiful. The wrong partnership, terrible. See, I have been blessed with an amazing life partner. Her name is Brittany, and man, that is the most impactful decision that I've ever made in my entire life. Brittany and I work in unison to create a life that is beautiful. She has a ton of strengths and no weaknesses, but those strengths help my weaknesses. She has a couple weaknesses, but between you and I'm gonna say she has none. Okay, she doesn't watch my YouTube videos. Her weakness is she doesn't watch my YouTube videos. That's her weakness. Okay. Our life is beautiful, and that doesn't mean it's perfect, okay? But it's beautiful because we're working in unison. Is the most impactful decision in my life. Now, do you know people who are in a marriage, a partnership, if you will, that is not that beautiful, that they butt heads, they don't like each other, they don't respect each other? Well, that's an issue. That is an issue, and they will never reach their potential. Ever. So that partnership either needs to be improved or ended. But here's why I bring this up. Partnerships are very risky. They're also very powerful. Remember, step 1, they're also very powerful. But you need to understand they're also risky. And I lead with those 2. That just really keeps you aware to step 3. Step 3, I want you to write down: partnership first, business partnership second. Partnership first, business partnership second. One of the biggest mistakes that I see new investors make is they will meet somebody that they want to form a partnership with, and they will create a business together. They'll do business partnership first. See, partnership first is like dating. You're going to have your business, they have their business, separate entities. You do a deal together, and you know what you're doing? You're dating through that business partnership. You're gonna see how that person performs, or if they don't perform at all. You're going to see, do you collaborate and work together? Do you communicate regularly? And most importantly, you're gonna see how you handle struggle, how you handle challenges. A lot can be exposed when a challenge is at hand. A lot can be exposed when a challenge is at hand. See, when everything is good and great and beautiful, well shit, it's easy to be a great partner. But when challenges happen, what do? How do they respond? How do they react? Critical for you to understand that. So partnership first, business partnership second. Once again, one of the biggest mistakes that I see new investors make is forming a business partnership first, then realizing that that is not the business partner they want to have. But what have they just created? Well, they've created a partnership in a business that they own collectively together, and now they have to have a business divorce. A business divorce. And that is not fun, my friends. I've had those in the past, and those are not fun. I'll tell you that right now. So partnership first, business partnership second. Another big mistake, as a side note, another big mistake that I see people make, and another thing that is very powerful if you do it correctly, the mistake that I see people make is not building up their teams, their local teams. Remember, we're talking about the multifamily business. You don't have to have tons of partners within your business. You have team members that you're going to build. Brokers, property management companies, attorneys. Those are not business partners or partnerships, but they are definitely team members of yours. And that is one of the first things you want to do, is build your team up in the area. Those team members can take and bear a lot of load. Those team members are powerful. Now, once again, when should you form a business partnership? Well, after you've had partnerships in business, meaning you work together, once again, like I said, but also a beautiful thing of when you do that. Remember, I said that you want to form partnerships with people that have a different strength than you. So for example, I realized very early on that I was pretty decent at communication. And so I could deliver a message and communicate with individuals where other people maybe weren't that great at that. But I'll also tell you that I realized very quickly the operational side of things, I had never operated in an apartment building. So I'm obviously not that great at that. So I would partner with people that were great at operations. I was great at communications. And then what did we do? We partnered together. They learned how I communicated the investment to brokers and investors, and I learned how they operated the deal and underwrote the deal and looked at the numbers of the deal and created a business plan for the deal. Because I am always open-minded, because I am always learning, and so are you. Because when does the learning stop? Never. It never stops. I'm always learning. I'm learning from these individuals on how they do their unique area of genius. And then you know what's happening? As I'm growing my business, I'm also growing my knowledge base and my skill set. That's critical. Now what can happen is step number 4, which is transitioning from partnerships to hiring. So I want you to write this down. The less I do, the more I make. The less I do, the more I make. See, what happens is people get prideful and they never transition to step 4, which is transitioning to hiring, because they just want to do it all because they think that they can do it better than anybody else. And you know what, my friend? You probably are great at doing a lot of things. I want you to pat yourself on the back. You're probably phenomenal at it. But what I'll tell you is that the less you do, the more you will make. You want to know why? You put yourself in a position to be valuable because you've learned from others and their unique area of genius. You've also been honing in your unique area of genius, and together you can train other people to learn and grow and pay them money to do so. And that's very valuable to them to get a constant, steady check, and it's very valuable to you. Why? Because you're taking more and more off your plate. Now, once again, they may not in the beginning be able to do exactly what you do at the rate that you can do it. They may not, but 2 of them will be able to, 3 of them will be able to, 4 of them will be able to, and once again, they will be able to increase your rate of production. Now, when they increase your rate of production, what that does is it opens you up to see the strategy of the business. It opens you up, once again, to now, instead of partnering with people in their unique area of genius, you're now hiring people and training them on a unique area of genius. That's powerful because, once again, you're providing a salary instead of sharing all of your profit. You're providing a salary instead of sharing all your profit. Sharing profit is great. Providing a salary is also great. Now, the transition, though, comes from keeping as much profit, paying it down to salary, because what that allows you to do is not even that you're making more. Now, it puts you in a position to potentially make more, but it doesn't even mean you're making more. It means that you have more time. It means you have more time. And that time will inevitably help you, once again, make more. That's why I tell you the less I do, the more I make, because I can think of high-level strategic business goals that help me drive the business forward. So when and how should you progress forward and transition to hiring? From partnerships that you've learned and you've grown, and now you can train those skills down. So once again, the less you do, the more you will make. All right, now number 5 is some hiring tips. Any of you that have ever been to any of our events, any of you who have met any of our team members, you've been into our office, you know that we have amazing team members. Amazing team members. That didn't just happen accidentally. Now, we're blessed with amazing team members, but I'm going to tell you where I believe that it stemmed from. But first, I want you to write this down, okay? Culture will trump strategy all day. Culture trumps strategy all day. Culture is critical. Culture is huge for you. The first hiring step or tip that I would give you is, number 1, create and decide what the culture is. Hiring, there's tons of people you can hire out there. The only way you're going to know if it's the right hire is to determine the culture. What is your culture? Set a state of core values. That's going to help you how you operate. Set a state of core values. That state of core values is going to help you understand, once again, how you operate, decisions you make, the hierarchy of decisions you make. What's your number 1 priority and how does it filter down from there? That's going to help you hire the right people, and it's going to help those people understand how to execute once they're hired. So step 1, create a set of core values, your culture, if you will, and then protect that with everything you have. protect it with everything you have. Once again, culture will trump strategy all day. Number 2 is how I hire, okay? Now, I hire and fire based off of core values. I hire and fire based off of my core values. Our core values as a company is MF Aloha. MF Aloha, that's an acronym that stands for Mahalo, gratitude, family, add value, lead from the front, own the outcome, take ownership, have fun, and then also abundance. Those are our core values, man. We hire and we fire based off of those. We hire because you have them, and we fire because you don't live by them. Once again, culture will trump strategy all day, and you need to protect it with everything that you have. So step 1, set core values, your culture. Step 2, hire based on those core values. Number 3, I want you to write this down. Now, I told you earlier that culture trumps strategy. What else I want you to write down is that gratitude trumps experience. Gratitude trumps experience. Let me tell you the key behind the amazing network and culture that we have here at the Multifamily Mindset, and it's gratitude. I hire based off of gratitude. Now, gratitude and hunger. See, hungry for the opportunity instead of prideful and arrogant about the opportunity. Meaning they're grateful to be in a position, because somebody who's grateful, somebody who's hungry, they're going to perform. They're going to go above and beyond. They're going to go the extra mile. They're going to show love. They're going to show gratitude. All those things, man, that's your culture. Well, it's our culture. Hopefully that's your culture too, but going the extra mile is one of the key elements of our culture, of the success that we have, doing above and beyond. Business is nothing more than an experience. You're always making people feel a certain way. Adding unexpected value, that's going the extra mile, is going to make them feel a certain way, and that way is grateful. See, gratitude breeds gratitude, and pride, arrogance breeds more pride and arrogance. I would much rather hire somebody who is hungry, grateful, because that person, even if they don't have the exact skill set or the high level experience that somebody else has, they will far exceed that person over time because they're hungry and grateful, man. They're hungry and grateful. The last step that I'll give you, number 4, is to hire from the top down. This is a mistake that I made. Okay, now I believe one of your first hires should be an assistant, somebody that can take some menial tasks off of your plate. That'll be huge for you. But really, if you're going to build an organization, one of the mistakes that I made is I hired from bottom up when you need to hire from the top down. Meaning you need to hire top level skill sets that can then train down and hire other skill sets. When you do that, you'll be able to be uniquely positioned within the market. You'll have a team of badass high performers who are grateful to be with you, hungry to go to work, and man, enhance that culture that you have created. You should pat yourself on the back for, because once again, you can now enjoy that culture because you're not doing so damn much, but you're making a lot more. All right, hopefully you found some value from this episode of, once again, how to transition from partnerships to hiring, how to build them, how to grow them, when to do that, and you understand the value of, the risk of, and once again, how you should transition from partnerships to hiring my friends and how you should do that. I hope you found some value, and if you did, I'm sure you did, especially if you're listening to this, go share this thing. Once again, I don't market or pay for those kind of things to drive people to this. I do this for you, because of you. So go share this thing, and also if you have more questions of anything related to the business, personal development, multifamily type space, hit me up in the comments. I promise once again that we look at those and we put those to a list to create videos once again for you. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you do, the subscribing, the sharing, the everything that you do to contribute to my channel. Man, that's what makes this thing so fun. So go once again, subscribe, rate, review, all those kind of things, and live always with aloha. Peace.